Welcome back, viewers, to another day of plein air painting. In this episode we're going to add in the dominant shapes first in the foreground and then add in the background. 20 minutes south of Sydney you'll find La Perouse. The first structure you'll come across is the watchtower. It is constructed in 1820 and it served as a military outpost, and in 1831 it became the first customs house. But today it is a very popular place to have your wedding photo taken with a beautiful backdrop, and it is a great place to paint. So sit back, relax and get comfortable and see what we can find. And welcome back to the channel. We're at La Perouse. Behind me here is Bear Island, and I think we're going to paint at a little spot perhaps under the bridge here. Give that a whirl, nice and shady. See how we go. And you'll always find someone fishing, especially for squid with the tidal waters running under the bridge. And it's a very popular spot for scuba divers as well. And if we're lucky, we may see some today. And I've settled for this spot under the bridge. I love the way the rusty bolts and nails and straps stay in the wood under the bridge. But it's a bit windy today, so I'll just have to hang on to the pallet with one hand and still give it a go. I'm sure it'll be fine. As you can see, I've already started adding in the composition, just to make sure it sits on the canvas properly and it fills in the spaces as it should. I used a bit of ultramarine blue, some crimson and a bit of white. And here I'm starting with the base of the pylons, just to establish some sort of ground. And this time I'm starting with the dominant shapes in the foreground, just to make sure they sit in there properly. And then I'll be adding in the background. And here I've added the first dominant shape using ultramarine blue, a bit of white, and some raw umber. And some oleo gel as well. It does make the paint flow in a bit smoother. It's good practice to be working outside away from the studio. With the shadows changing within the hour, the scene can be completely different. So it does naturally force you to think faster, lay down your colours, and be more confident in your approach. I really do recommend it. The shadows move fairly quickly, so within an hour, they're usually in a completely different position. And the sun has changed, and so maybe some clouds have come over. So it does make you disciplined. And you can take this practice into the studio as well. It's always a bit of a struggle using small canvases on this easel. I think I need to get a better easel. La Perouse even has its own museum within the old cable station. It provided a home for staff, nurses and soldiers in the day. And later in 1944, the Salvation Army provided a refuge for women and children. This museum nearly has 2,000 historical items on display. And I really do recommend adding this visit to your list. And now that I'm happy where the foreground is sitting, I start blocking in the background. I've added in the sky, and off to the left a little bit of the headlands as well. And it's really starting to come together quite quickly too. But I better hang on to that canvas, it's getting quite windy. I'm adding some strength to this pylon. It really does establish where it sits. and it moves it forwards a little bit. Now it's time to sharpen up some edges and get some detail in there. These are the rusty bits. I really do love those parts. It does give it a bit of history and strength to the painting as well. How can you resist? Oh, I lost my canvas. Here is La Perouse's brand new ferry wharf. It ferries people from Bundina down south, and in the background there you can see Port Botany. That's where the shipment containers get offloaded. And here we have the boat shed. You can take your family out, get them a feed. Oh, they really enjoy it. It is a great place and reasonable prices as well. And here we have some divers, frolicking in the natural environment. Hope they don't get eaten. Safety first. Here they throw out the flag, indicating there's a diver below. So this is another hour's work. I need to come back for it. There's a lot to fill in. The breeze is just amazing. It seems calm now, but it does pick up. So I've put a lot of dark areas there to bring it forward. Sky, another red background. But I did use the background there to get some of that rust when you scrape into it, it comes out, which is a good effect. Pull more of that back later on. But that's it. Thanks for joining me. Stay tuned till next time. We may even bring this piece back here to finish it off. And if you liked today's video, give me a big thumbs up and subscribe, and there'll be more to come.